Right, okay, but had to wait for the cameras to be charging. In the meantime, don't know if you see off camera, I got bored and I made a broom. See, a broom. And what it is, you may have noticed, is the Eagle Eye people, it's a broom head, and the handle is actually a trailing arm out of a Defender, which I've cut off. What can you see? Cut off badly. So not only will I, this end is the cleaning end. This end, I slice my hands open. Do not recreate, but it will work in the world of James. Anyway, back to the gearbox. How do I do this? James of the future. Remember, this side, all of these bolts on the left hand side are 12-sided 10mm bolts. And on the right hand side, James of the future, they're 12-sided, but the very bottom one down there, James of the future, is a 6-sided. Remember, 6-sided James. Don't muck it up and put wrong bolts in the wrong place. Going to undo the back of this without smashing the pinion shaft and something and ruining it. I did crack off some of these up here because while it was all on charge, just to make life easier for myself, because I thought you didn't really see me cracking some nuts off. Bolts, whatever you want to call them. Now I've got a funny thing, it's something very important under here. I've got my tweezers. Should not be doing that to them. Does that even come out? Looks like it doesn't come out. Not a problem. All 10mm. Little. Because I don't want to turn it and it just smashed my knuckles on something. Because then I will start moaning. But anyway. Look at that 10mm spanner's gone missing. It's gone AWOL. Well, that's now gone. Still looking around for it in case it appears. That's why it's not needed. What I want to do realistically is everything I take out, put the bolts back in exactly the same spot. I think I've got to remove that, which I was really hoping I wouldn't have to, because I don't know how you remove it. No, it can't be, because of the flange would hit the casing. Unless I can skillfully, look at that, the bolt slides straight past. Perfect. I do have a tub that's right behind me that I want to forget to get in a minute. It's a divider tub, so that's where I put all the nuts and bolts. Oh, excuse me. Oh, no, 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 no. Not the camera. The camera is literally not even it's a matter of inches away from the box itself. For some reason the camera's kind of zoomed in. Oh, that feels like sealant. That's the thing, I've never used sealant. I've got to sort of get myself comfortable with the fact I've got to use it. Right, this gearbox doesn't stink of gearbox oil. I know that sounds stupid because all gearboxes do, but this doesn't stink of gearbox oil. Me taking that one bolt out and it absolutely stinks. So of course I'm now curiously suspicious. Even if it's not a word, it is today. Oh, just going to smash your cooler bypass block. I'm hoping a gentle tap with the mallet I can get the back part of the gearbox off. Hoping. Oh, there we go, that's that fucking bolts out. What I could do is bash in a hole in the wall so the pinion shaft can actually... Oh, hang on, I need to get my bearing tool out to get that off. I'll get these nuts cracked off because I'll definitely get to do that. Now, where's that? No, where's it gone? Right, the little gizmo for the adapters gone missing. Oh, come on. Everything's working out so well. Oh, it's actually, it was on the end of the extension anyway. The assault ratchet was one of the best purchases I ever brought. A month's wages, worth it. It's really helped me out. I believe that's all of them. It's literally that last one. Oh no, look. There's actually, James, at the very bottom of the gearbox, at the very bottom, there is 2 6-sided bolts, not 12-sided. So remember that, James of the future. There's 2 of them. So what we do is this one. I'd rather use the impact to help put the shock on it, because I really don't want to be replacing bolts if I don't really need to. Where are you? Camera's literally right in the way, sod law. Right, got it. There you go. 2 of them. When I watch all this footage back, I will be making notes of what goes where. That's why I'm talking to my future self. Don't worry, I've not gone insane. Says me that's not only owns Land Rovers, that dailies them and decides to take them to bits to fix. Right, I'm going to get a bearing puller and get that off and come back. Right. Bingo! Obviously using the biggest tyre lever I can get my hands on, because my little one's just also disappeared. That is that collar off, and I believe it was in good nick. So that no burrs, no damage. Right, I might be able to reuse that, but obviously I'll consult the book of knowledge. Now it stinks of gearbox oil. Right, James of the future, this come out this way. How can I identify the differences? Is anything different? There's a slight pick up. Probably not. James of the future. It come out this way with the burnt side towards the gearbox, but this one in question, James of the future, has got a couple of bits of damage in it. So I'm going to get a new one of them. I'm not going to bother with putting it in case that creates problems, because obviously it's on the sill. But I'll get a replacement one of them. But I won't bin it yet. I'm not just chucking it in that tub. I've actually got a tub of, well, a metal tray of all bits that come off. And now it's started leaking. It's good. Right, I'm just going to put the camera back to bird's eye view. Mallet, where's that gone? I've got a little mallet somewhere. Yep. A gentle tap there, and a gentle tap there. Backwards and forwards, should get it off. James of the future, if you're asked to do this for someone, pull a sickie. And now, hopefully, if I've got it all correct, very nerve-wracking, I will admit. currently have, oh god, a mess. Right, if I put that there, the gearbox now in pieces. Fifth gear and reverse. It's nice and easy to get to, but more importantly, I really want to get the filter out. There you go. Actually, that is a very good sign. Where's the camera? There it is. That filter is lovely and clean. Unfortunately, there's a bit of damage, which could mean it's either clean because it's been looked after, or it's clean because all the bits of dirt and crap has gone through that hole and it's in there somewhere. But the fact that that's clean gives me hope, because there would even be bits of crap in there somewhere. That's the thing. Because there's not, and even if I see how good the camera is, there's a bit of 2 bits of black in there. It's 6 and 12 o'clock, and they are. Oh, it might be that actually. If I put the finger across. So there, that's actually quite clean. So obviously a replacement one of those would be on the old shopping list. That'd be quite a big shopping list. Right. Oh, I really don't want to take it apart. See, I don't know. Looking for any bits of James of the future. The smooth shiny end, the flush end, goes inwards. The raised outside edge, which you might see on camera there, goes to the back. That's why I do this, so that because that just fell off, I didn't know which way that went on. But obviously my professionalism say to the camera what goes where, and ta-da! Makes life easier for myself. What I need to do the next time I cut the camera is, when I put the camera on pause, is get that box of all the bits. The box so I can put all the bits in. I'm not seeing any damage to teeth or but bearing in mind I've literally just took the back off, which doesn't mean anything. Well, what I'll do is I'll put the camera on pause, I'll clean this up rather than start making more of a mess, and then see about splitting this, because if I can split this I might get the whole thing apart and then be able to give a bit of a better look-see inside. Look at all the gears, because this looks okay, but although I'll admit I'm not too sure what would be classed as okay. I can see some shiny bits where that's been used, but it looks shiny like it's used. It's not like it's smashed up, for a better word, really. But the gears are looking good. That's just dirt, like not mud dirt, but just black stuff dirt. I'm not seeing damage to any teeth, which is a good start. Right, yeah, I'll put the camera on pause because I've had. Oh, I bet I was right in the way of that view. Oh, James, what you like? A quick side note for James of the future. This hole here with the Torx 40-bit, I believe that's what it is. Yep, Torx T40 is a spring, and underneath said spring is a little ball bearing. Now I used a data tag off of my bike that should be in my bike on my screwdriver, and lo and behold, a magician's trick. But that's all there is to note on that bit so far. Yeah, back with any more findings. I've got to move the camera. because unfortunately the camera can't see anything. Right, James of the future. This little retaining clamp here. A gentle pull up is all that's required to get that little bad boy out. Not seeing any sealant in it. Well, actually, I don't know, I don't look like sealant actually. Obviously I will be going through a whole reading a book properly when it comes to reassembling this. I won't just be sending it. I don't want to say, I'm excited and nervous about all this, I will admit, because obviously I've never ever done this before in my life. But I'm the type of person that just goes for it and hope for the best. But I need to know to do this whether I want to do it or not, really. Is there any tips and tricks of how I do this? I'll undo them. Where is that 6-sided 10mm socket gone? How's... There it is. Found it. I actually found it. Probably going to be something stupid like a 7, although it looks like an 8. Yeah, it looks like an 8. It'll be to the point where hopefully I can pretty much do all this and know exactly what tools are required to pull out. Camera system is literally right in my way. Not way. There. Don't worry, I saw where that went. Got it. I'll be putting them back in. Right, I'm going to put the camera on pause because I want to give the bench a bit of a clean up. I feel as if I need a bit of space now, tidy space. Right, I'll put the camera on pause and I'll be back in a sec. Right, as you can see, gearbox has been split. I used a mallet and a mallet only, James of the future. No other tools was required. A gentle tap here, a gentle tap there. Same the other side. Remembering the dowels. Remember that. James of the future. Right. Wondering if I can pull the whole thing out in one whole unit and plonk it there. So I believe it should all be as one whole unit. Oh, very nerve-wracking. Very, very nerve-wracking. There we are. Right. No shards of metal at all. That's a good sign. Right, we're going to put that so it rolls off. Upon inspection, it looks absolutely lovely. That seriously looks absolutely lovely, that does. But I'm at this stage, I'll see about what I can do about that, because that's very... Nothing is worn on this. Right, I'm going to put the camera on. Right, so what I've decided, I'm going to get these off because of either way, I want to change the fifth gear ratio on this anyway, as obviously I'll still be running the 1.6 transfer case. But, oh hang on, we have technical issues. The battery has just informed. Back on track. Right, anyway, I'm keeping the 1.6 transfer case. If I put the 1.4 in, I'd need to change the fifth gear ratio because it's still a bit lively. Get this bad boy off. It's going to be right in the way. Oh, damn it. Oh, nearly stepped on it as well. Make sure it's definitely, you know. Yeah. No damage at all. I'm getting quite good at this. Take things to bits. Right. See about getting. Do I need any tools for this one? Will it come off? Probably not. I'd rather not use tools as much as I can. I've got a grubby shirt won't sort out. I was just hoping that'd come off. I've got the bearing puller actually. Yeah, I'll set that up. Make life easier for myself.